So you set out, and this is where you oftentimes will encounter one of these three ladies. These are the Sirens. They lord passing ships with their dulcet tones to their death. Well, we have, now Odysseus did manage to bash them. And look at that, give me a second. Beeswax and all right. Someone got the notes in the first session. But there are sirens in the internet marketing space as well. I'm going to introduce you to them so that you know who they are. The first is the artiste. He knows how colors speak to the soul. He's got no idea how to make a sale. When you encounter this person, and maybe it's also inside you a little bit, it's a focus on things that are not directly related to moving your business forward. Now, there's a difference between a scribbled note on an index card and actually having a decent logo. And you should spend a little bit of time, but you shouldn't be spending hours. If you take out a magnifying glass, if you're like the scene from American Psycho where they're comparing business, you're going too far. And your business is doing way too well because you got time to do other stuff. So beware of the artiste. The second one is a little bit odd that I would put this up there, right? I'm talking about internet marketing, right? You got to have someone who knows computers. The geek is the second siren to beware of. The geek is going to be the person who wants to use all the latest and greatest stuff. He wants you to have a flash widget, a thing that flies in, and a video that pops up, and someone starts talking to you, and it sounds really cool. But it can definitely lead you astray. So the geek, useful in moderation, but you've got to be careful, very careful, not to overdo letting the geek take control of the execution of that plan. And the last one, the kid. Now, might be slightly older than this gentleman here. Could be the neighborhood guy, could be your son or daughter. Beware of the kid. And the kid is the low-cost alternative. The logic goes like this. Well, he or she is good with computers, so therefore, they should build my website. They also might be good with big wheels. They shouldn't be doing your shipping and distribution. So be aware, and this is something that, and some people are nodding their heads because maybe your son or daughter designed the site for you. It's great, and I want to take a second here. If you've got that young person who has interest in this, bring them along when you hire a designer or you hire someone inside your company. Have them come in, sit down, talk to them, learn from them. I absolutely support that. Just don't hand your business over to them. So these are the three most common when it comes into that execution stage. These are the three ways that I see folks go wrong on a regular basis. And if you think I'm exaggerating, I had someone I was helping out with a website who actually had their son design something, and it was, I remember back in 98, everything was spinning and flashing and flaming, and 18 million different colors and all the rest of it. It was kind of a flashback. So there is a solution, and yes, Odysseus was able to avoid crashing onto the rocks by doing a couple things. Number one, be aware of the danger. Odysseus had, Circe, you have me. So now you're aware that that danger exists. The second part is prepare the crew to ignore. They jammed beeswax. For you, this is make sure your folks, and if you've got a team of people, whether it's the people who work for you or the people you're hiring, understand, here's the plan, here's the measurement of success, we need to get there. Otherwise, you wind up in development hell, scope creep, overage charges, things that, you know, if I was in a design side, sure, I'd love to sell you something cheap and then just keep adding stuff on. You're not interested in that. You want to make sure focus is on getting this stuff up and running and closing sales. So, in the last one here, and I put this in secondarily, right? Prepare the crew to ignore. You got your plan. You have to control yourself. No one else can do this for you. You have to commit yourself, strap yourself to the mast, and say, I'm going to see this thing through. Because as a small business owner, you want to tweak, right? Because you guys are the ones that are in control. You're controlling your destiny. It's tough to say, I've thought this through, I've done the planning, I need to execute. you get, oh, well, maybe we can take that, keep a maybe we can list. That's version 2. Or 22, depending upon how far along you are. But you can hold on to those ideas. Don't lose them. Don't insert them into the middle of any sort of design or implementation. You will throw the whole thing off. If you thought this through well, and your plan is aligned, you know your customers, you know their language, and you know how to speak to them, to sell to them, then don't get off track.